the globally iconic stadium that hosted Africa's first World Cup. This is where Johannesburg launched its 2040 strategy document. After barely 5 months on the job, Executive Mayor Parks Tau is launching the future. This was the launch of Johannesburg's Growth and Development Strategy 2040, a guide that will help the city prepare for its coming generation. But why does Africa's biggest metropolis need a 30-year plan?
Well, ultimately, for you to be able to prepare for a city to invest in infrastructure and to confront the development challenges that we have and take advantage of the opportunities there are, you need to be able to think into the long term. You need to think about what the projections for demographics are, how long your infrastructure is going to be there, where you'd want the city to grow, how you expect people to interact with the city. So the idea really was that let's develop a long-term strategy that takes into account everything in our city and ensure that we are able to make investments that meet requirements of current generations, but are also requirements for future generations.
That future generation was also at the event to see it kick off. It was in early August that a 58-page draft document, after weeks of consultation, was expanded into 110 pages of aspirations for the city and its citizens.
The process was very comprehensive. We had the opportunity to interact with very many people over a 9-week period of intimate engagement with all the people of Johannesburg, whether it was in the wards, in the regions, whether it was through town hall meetings. We had direct meetings with academic institutions, with non-governmental organizations, through weekly thematic weeks where we're discussing different themes that we needed to deal with.
The Executive Council tried to make sure everyone was drumming to the same beat. This meant inclusions of all citizens of the city. The young and old all contributed to the mixed bag of hopes and dreams for the city. Even students got to participate through the Johannesburg Student Council.
I participated in the youth versions of the environmental, economic development and safety, the opening of the safety, which was very interesting. And also at the governance, the Johannesburg Student Council actually hosted our own debate surrounding all the issues of the GDS.
Mayor Tau says the Growth and Development Strategy document is key to the success of the city that will continue to grow. Addressing priority areas is also essential in meeting future demands.
The strategy is anchored on 4 key pillars. The first is about dealing with social challenges and social development, the ability to deal with problems of health, education, and this would range from HIV and AIDS to non-communicable diseases. The second pillar of the strategy relates to economic development and job creation, and the need to be able to build a cadre of entrepreneurs in our city so that we're able to create jobs. The third element of the strategy is about sustainability, sustainable use of resources, sustainable use of water, electricity, the way in which we interface with our infrastructure, ensure that we're able to maintain it and manage it in a manner that's sustainable, and the city itself is sustainable. And the last is about good governance. Good governance in the context of ourselves as a metropolitan municipality, but good governance in the context that we're part of an urban region that is Gauteng.
NANDI MGWABO, student at Greenside High, says she felt her views were included in the 2040 document. She told us about her area of concern.
Preventing crime and things like that, because obviously when you don't have negative things like that impacting on different sectors in our environment, then you can actually grow, because there are certain factors that do hinder development and crime is one of them. So yeah.
In order for Johannesburg to meet its vision for a better future, this document will need to be binding to this executive and its successors.
We think that it should be applicable over the long term. That's why we ensure that the process is comprehensive, that involves all the political parties, that all of us are part of the growth and development strategy.
The mayor understands all too well that if the city of Johannesburg is to meet its 2040 goals, the city will need to keep drumming to the same beat.